Okay, we are now on lesson 9.4, and this one is called Divide Whole Numbers by Unit Fractions. Our solve and share says we have one ball of dough that can be stretched into a circle to make a pizza. After the pizza is cooked, it is cut into 8 equal slices. How many slices of pizza can you make with 3 balls of dough? Solve this problem any way you choose. And our little speech bubble down at the bottom says, you can use appropriate tools to help find the answer and show your work. So really, if you want to do a picture for this one, it would work out just fine. We have one ball of dough to make a pizza. They're telling us right now that I get 8 slices out of that. So I can cut my pizza into 8 equal parts. Each of the parts, and this is going to actually go down to our look back also, each of those parts is going to be 1/8 of the whole pizza, right? Because we are cutting it into 8. So my denominator is going to be 8. My numerator is that one piece that I'm getting. So I'm getting 1/8, 1/8, and so forth all the way around. And when I'm done, obviously I have 8/8, which would be one whole pizza. If I get 8 slices out of one pizza, if I make 3 total pizzas and I do the same thing, their question is how many slices of pizza would we end up with? So I don't have to actually put my fractions in all of these. Think about a number model that you can use to figure out the answer to this. Obviously, you can also do mental math here, but if one pizza is going to be 8 slices and we're doing 3 pizzas, my number model is just going to be simply 8 times 3, which is going to give me 24 slices. We can also look at it in terms of repeated addition as 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is also equal to 24. So again, the fractional part is 1/8. It's being cut into 8 parts. We are then getting 8 slices per pizza, which gives us the 24. Okay, so if we take a look at the look back, it just was asking us into how many slices of pizza will each ball of dough be divided. So we already said it's going to be divided into 8 pieces. And then what fraction of a whole pizza does one slice represent? So if I only took out this one piece, that fraction obviously is 1/8 of the whole. We're not looking at it in terms of all 3 of them because they're only focusing on the one pizza. So we're not saying 1 out of 24, we're saying 1 out of 8 because 8 pieces make the whole. Okay, we're gonna jump over right now to the visual learning. So remember, you're gonna go into Pearson Realize and you're gonna watch the visual learning titled, How Can You Divide by a Unit Fraction? And then the problem at the bottom of the page that I would like you to look at is on the convince me, use the diagram below to find 4 divided by 1/3. So with the problem 4 divided by 1/3, again, we can use a picture to represent this problem. So we're starting with 4 holes. So if I use rectangles, for example, oops, make that one a little bit bigger. And I'm cutting each one, so 4 divided by 1/3, I'm cutting each one into pieces of thirds. So I'm going to take this and cut it into 3 pieces. I'm going to do the same thing here, the same thing here, and the same thing here. And they want to know how many pieces I'm going to end up with. So I end up with 3, 6, 9, 12 pieces. And again, I can think about it in terms of repeated addition, or I can think about it in terms of 3 pieces per rectangle and 4 rectangles, which gives me 12 pieces. Remember when we did the last lesson and I said that you can also do this without drawing a picture if you take your original number model. So we have 4 divided by 1/3, and when we do the division, what we're really doing is we're going to flip that fraction over. So my 1/3 will actually turn into 3/1, and then I'm going to do the opposite operation. So I'm going to multiply instead of doing the division, and I'm allowed to do that because of that flip that I made. So I end up doing 4 times 3 is 12, 1 times 1 is 1. I end up with 12/1, 12 ones, or 12. Okay, so this is why it works. So when you see how it's divided into those parts, but again, you can also just do multiplication without doing that. Just remember, if you're doing the multiplication, you have to do that fraction flip. Okay, I'm going to